Ooh, how come this isn't loading? There we go. Sure. Hello, always Dizzy here. I'm going to start with puzzle streak of 41, as I always do before I play any games as a warm-up. I'm going to start at the 1 minute mark, which is about 10 seconds from now. Lately, these have been going pretty well, so hopefully that continues. Feeling better, not... I'm still going to be coughing a bit, but okay, let's get started here. So we should have a mate in 2, mate in 2, mate in 2. We can win the rook. Is that good enough? Should be. We are white. Can I not just promote? Excuse me. If he goes to F1, do I have time for this? No. And is this, how quick is this of a threat? Kind of quick. Could I take this pawn and then push? No. This one's a little tricky. So F7 check, King E3. He plays E2, I queen. He queens. That is messy. No, then I just take it, right? Okay, I'm going to sneeze here. No, I'm not. Yes, I am. Excuse me. That was a battle. Okay, so F7, Rook C8, and for some reason I'm struggling there. Would I take on H6, or is that too slow? It feels too slow, so for some reason this is really... Maybe I'll just take here. That's got to be good then. Okay. And then we go King E3. Okay, yeah. That was actually tricky. Okay, so we have a check, and if he takes, then we have a check, and then we could take his bishop. But I'm currently down a piece. So check. And what if he just goes to H1? Then I have mate here. Okay, so he has to take, and I think so I give a check. Yeah, then I take the bishop, and I'll be up the exchange there. I don't like that one. There's no way that's rated 1100. I mean, yeah. So I think this is mate. And we are white. Where's it? Oh, this is our king. Confusing. So it's just mate in 1 then. This is mate in 2. We have a discovery. We also have a check, which is looking good. Because I mean, he's going to get both rooks. He's going to get both rooks. But that still looked pretty good. And then this is just mate in 2, I think. No, that's not mate in 2. It'd be like this. Yeah, it is mate in 2, but it's this way. And how about a mate in 2 here? No, we win the queen. And Nobody in the stream yet. It is a bit of a later stream, a little. I think I'm live. Maybe it's too much Puzzle Streak for people. I would not blame them. I mean, okay, we take and then take on B3, or on C2 and then attack B3. Okay, we have this, or because enemy of his wish and Zug. Yeah, this actually looks good. Okay, check discovery. He has to cover the queen and square. We have a fork here, but I think it's actually going to be mate. It's not a fork, it's a mate. It's a more. And take and then pin. And then how is that endgame? No, then I have here. Oh, shit! I am pissed off because I was not expecting. I thought he was going to go here, so I was going to play this. Oh, that is so ridiculously annoying. I was doing so good, too. Oh, that is... Because who... Oh, my God. That really pissed me off, honestly. Oh, my God. Yeah, you saw that? That was annoying. Oh, it's hot in here. That really pissed me off. Okay, so we have a check. And then can I take the rook? No, almost. How is this rated 1000? Check. What am I missing here? Or do I take here? No, same thing. So check. Yeah, take, push. He's got king g7. No, he doesn't have king g7. Yeah, so I think we take, eh? How is this rated 1000, though? I don't understand. How is this rated 1000? How is... Whoops. My mind is going... This is exactly what I... Oh, no, wait. Am I confusing myself? Oh, my God. What's going on? So check. Oh, yeah. No, wait. Yeah, I think I just confused myself. Yeah, that is what I planned, and then I somehow played the other line. Okay. So our pawn stops h1, so we should be able to take and then push. Okay, let's get back on track here. But yeah, computer's annoying me today. Okay, so we are black. So we have a fork here. And we are black. We have a fork here. We are black. We have a check. We have a check here. And that's going to have to do. Don't like that one. We have a discovery on the knight. We also have a fork on... Whoops! A fork on the knight. And his queen is overloaded. We are black. We have check and then mate. Mate in 2 here. We are white. Mate in what? Check. Is that the right way to do it? No, this looks better. This is the way to do it. And push. Is that winning? I feel it should be. That's a very underrated puzzle. And it shouldn't matter where we go, I don't think. Because we're just going to outflank. Well, why would we not take? And then mate. So let's start with a check and then take. No, we're down a queen. Queen for queen for a knight. Okay, well, let's look at a check. And if he moves somewhere random. This is tough, this one. Yeah, maybe I'm just taking the rook, because if he takes my rook, I can take back, and I've got a million pawns and 2 rooks against a queen. And same thing there. Yeah, I think we're just taking here. Okay, we are white. Check, mate. Yeah, mate and 2 here. We are white. This has to be a good square. Is it though? Push. He doesn't have to take. If he does take, I don't know. My king just looks too good. King e7. Then I've got the opposition. Comes back. Yeah, that should be good. Yeah, and then we take the opposition here. That was underrated 100%. We are black. So I think we just trade and then push. So check and then push. I don't see how we're stopping that. And we have a check and that wins his queen. So can I take, and then can I trap him somehow? I mean, we have to take it though. So let's just take it and then ask questions later. Yeah, so how can I trap the queen? Well, we have a fork here. That should be it. Oh, but it's hanging our bishop. So maybe I just take on d3 immediately. That should be good. And we are white. Can I go check? Is that winning? It would be very close. Oof. That'd be very close, but I can't fathom it being any other move. And which pawn? This is very underrated. If I take f7, I'm worried about c5 or f5. Then I'll be too slow. I think we have to take here. Then I can start gobbling. Or can I? Ah, very tricky. No, maybe I take here, because then my king can come back. But then it's, ooh, this is very hard. So he goes to e3. If I take same thing, takes, come back, push. Oh, it's so tricky. Holy shit, is this hard. Or do I start pushing the pawns? I don't think so. King f6. Who is my favorite chess player? I mean, I've never looked deep. I don't know all the players, right? Excuse me. But with what little I do know, I like Petrosian and Karpov. Okay, so king f6, king e3. I mean, coming in just seems. I mean, then I have G4, but he can give me a check. And it just gets so complicated, right? Boom, boom. He can go here. No, I think I have to gobble these up. And so, yeah, so if I mean, what if I take here and then take her here? I mean, that's got to be way too slow, right? Or is it? Yeah, it's a little too slow. Yeah, king. I don't know. I think I'm going to have to start over because this is just melting my brain. King f6, king e3, maybe even king e4 works. And if I start gobbling, I'm just too slow. I'm just too slow. What about g4? No, he's got king e4. Very tough. Take on f6, king e3. See, if I come back, there's king f3, and that is very complicated. And if I come back and defend, sorry, what am I doing? King f6, king e3, king g4, king f3. If I play g4, then he can just give me a check. But then maybe I go king h4. But what am I gaining here? Is there a win after that? Maybe. Because I could then start pushing my pawns, possibly. But it's so complicated. And no, not Magnus. I think he's the strongest of all time. I don't think that. I mean, I think that's pretty obvious. But he's not my favorite. Yeah, so king f6, king e3, and would it make sense to ever gobble another pawn or take on f7, king f3? What if we try to race this out here? I just don't see it working. I just don't see. I don't understand how to win this. I'm just going to take a guess. I'm going to take on f6. It's wrong. Okay, so let's learn something here. And how is this rated 1400? Seriously. Okay, so that's the secret here. G5. This thing. How is this rated 1400 though? How is this rated? Is it that simple? Is it really that simple? That's like 8. Oh no. Well, it started here. No, this is underrated. But let me learn something. Yeah. So this is only equal, and the way to make this work is an eventual G5. So if his king comes in, yeah, we push G4. And then G5 is the key. Yeah, I didn't consider that. G4, and if he keeps running, then F5 will give us a passer. Yeah, so I think it would make more sense for him to go here and then G5. And I think Black's best move is to go to G3. And then we're close enough to this pawn. Okay. Yeah, that's tricky though. I don't mind the puzzle. I just mind what it's rated at. Like I don't see how that's 1400. I think it's 1400 because players are going eeny, meeny, miny, mo here. I don't think they're calculating all that. Okay. Starting over. Third time. Fourth time. Third time. Okay. I'm going to be quiet for a little bit just until I get caught up in numbers. Get him in the queen. Check. That. I don't know what we're doing after this. Maybe here. I don't know if we have time for that, but it's the only move that makes sense. What's going on here? Okay, wow. That really confused me. Black. What's going on? We're moving up the board? Okay. Here? Check. And I don't know. The knight and the queen are close enough for me to be happy. Wait, yeah. Oh, wait, that's legal. Damn it. I'm really slipping. Okay, so what about this check? Oh. Okay, so let's say check if he blocks with the bishop. Okay, let's look at this one. So he just moved somewhere. Oh, God. I don't know. I'm struggling today on the puzzles. Plus, I thought this was a rook. Thought this was a rook. Oh, I didn't realize his knight's hanging. So I can just trade queens. Oh my god. Okay. So I could trade queens again, but let's look at a check. Because that's mate in 2. This batch is much harder than the other ones. Okay, what can I push here? And then I'm threatening check. Can I take here? Can I take here? My bishop is protected. Oh my god! Okay, I didn't realize his bishop was protecting. Oh man, this is a bad session. Oh my god. Take 4, or take 4. This is my 4th attempt now. Oh boy. How is this rated 900? Jeez, I still don't even understand the point of that one. Okay, well, this one's the knight. Okay, come on. Let's do it this time. I want to play a game. Let's get the puzzles over with, please. Pretty please. Check, and then I can get access to his queen. I am black. You gotta be joking. You gotta be joking. I think it's here and then here. Or is it just here? Might just be G4. Okay. Check. What the heck? Oh, we are white. I thought we're black. I thought we're black moving up the board. And then I couldn't see anything. Okay, we are white. Oh my God. Like half the time I've spent orienting myself on these puzzles. So this just wins the rook. Oh my God. I thought I was, yeah, that's just crazy. Okay, we go. Check. No, he's running. I'm in check. Okay. We have to go here. Otherwise, he's just taking with check. So that would never make sense. And then we could take the bishop. Our rook hangs. So let's give a Zwischenzug first. I hated that puzzle. We are black. Surprising that there is something for us here. How about this? Fork. That's going to need to work. Whether it does or not, it doesn't matter. Because it has to. Not quite sure about the continuation there. We're up like 2 pawns, but still some work. Okay, we have a check. And then it's going to, I think, mate in 2. I think it's right here. It should be mate. And sack. Oh boy. Oh boy. God, it's going to... This is hard. Okay, so if I take and he takes with the pawn, king f4, and it's definitely tricky. Take, king f4. What if he pushes the pawn? Then I have g4. He has to take. Take with the king, and then I'm going to win the h-pawn, I think. Am I? Bing, bang, bing, f5, g4. Takes, king f6. Push, push. I'm not winning it. Okay, so takes. King f4, f5. G4 takes. I don't want to take with the pawn because he's got this outside pass pawn. So I want to take with the king, but then he just goes king g6. So that's, but I mean, but I have to take, right? I have to take. So we're taking. Then maybe it's g4 here. I stop his h pawn, and I stop his f pawn. And if he moves the a pawn, then he might be in zugzwang. King f4. This is pretty quick though. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That'd be close. Sorry, what was he saying? G4, 8. Oh, but I can just play A3 maybe. So G4, A6, A3. Yeah, and then it may be in zugzwang here. So he moves a king somewhere. But I don't know how long he can stay around there. If he goes here, I think I'm making a run for the A pawn. And if he goes to E6, then yeah, I think it's actually G4 for that reason. Could be wrong, but it's right. Wow, that was underrated. Okay, and I don't just say that every time they're difficult. That one, I mean, that one was underrated. It required a lot of calculating. Okay. So I could take and then take here with the queen. And oh, we're getting mated though. Or are we? No, he has to recapture. We recapture. He takes and I'm up the exchange. Yeah, so I think we take on E1. With the queen, not the bishop because we're getting mated. Okay. Pin to win. If he takes the pawn, I take like a champion. And we have I'm trying to make this work. Okay, maybe just a check on E5 then. Right? He needs to move the king somewhere. And that looks good. Check maybe. That's mate. And if he goes here to G3, then we can take the knight. Yeah, we can take the knight here. Okay, back in focus mode. 8 viewers. Hello, viewers. You guys are quiet. Check should win the exchange, right? He has to block, and then I can... We are down a queen, though. So then I could take with the rook. But then there's a fork here at the end. So check. Take. No, but it's check, so it's our move. And then we can defend. Tricky, though. Yeah, so rook f2. Rook takes f2. What if he doesn't recapture? Right? What if he moves the queen? I still have a discovery. What if he goes... What if he goes here, hitting my bishop? That's tricky. Oh man, is that tricky. Hello, Ryan. I'm better. I'm not perfect, but I am better. I'm a lot better. Thank you. Yeah, so check, rook f2. I'm really inclined to take with the rook, but then I wonder about queen a4. Maybe I have check here. Yeah, okay. Okay, yeah, it ends too easily. I think the queen a4 was a better, but then I had rook d1 at the end, or whatever that was. Okay, so should be able to win the queen here. So we start this way to put his king in behind his queen, and then if I go rook e1 and he takes, we're stopping the pawn. Now, if he promotes, we can actually take. So this should be it. Yeah, we can take and then take the rook. Okay, we are white. We have a fork here, and that should be it. I don't think there's more to consider. I would be amazed if there's more to consider. So I'm playing it, and we take with the knight. Yeah, that was a dumb puzzle. So we have a discovery on his queen. This should be the solution. Another dumb puzzle, I will say. Okay. We can have a little Zwischenzug. Actually, it's not even Zwischenzug. It's just... Okay, so we attack the queen, and then the queen can no longer defend defend the bishop. So his best try... Oh, shit. Drink more. His best try would be to counterattack here, but then I can just take it. So this should be winning here. Yeah, we take. If he comes here, we have knight e7. So, I think we take with no. What if I move the king? Because I am threatening mate. Yeah. So what if I go king h8, and then if he blocks the mate, is that the only way to stop mate apart from sacking his knight? No, he could also move a rook, and actually he could do a lot of things. He could also go f4. So maybe I should take the knight. Yeah, because if I just move, I think he can play moves like f4. Okay, so interesting. This is a weird one. No, but if he does play f4, then I can take here and then here maybe. So maybe it is king h8. Thanks for the sub, J. Yeah, so maybe it is king h8. Although I still wonder about this check, right? Because then he can take. No, then it's mate. Yeah, so king h8. If he plays f4, then I think I can take his bishop and then take this. And if he plays, but what if he plays g3? Again, if he moves a rook, then I can take the bishop. So g3 would probably be white's best reply. But you know what? Yeah, okay, so g3. Then this is really complicated, man. This batch is so underrated. Okay, can I go bishop g3? And then I'm assuming he has to go. Oh, wait. He can take with the queen. Okay, so king h8, g3. And that seems to be a problem. Or could I again take the bishop? I think I can always take the bishop. So I am going to play king h8. Yeah, what a hard move to find. And then we take here, and we're threatening mate. So, yeah, wow. This batch is so underrated. Okay, I'd like to open up this bishop. So if I start this way, then I can hit him this way. So that looks good. So if I take on c2, I'm threatening mate, right? If he goes rook e1, then this just has to be good, I think. Does that have to be good? Check. He has to give up a rook. It's still very complicated though. Yeah, that's still very complicated. If he takes here, then we have this check. He comes back. Check, take. Wait. Bing, bang, check, right? If he comes back, then... Oh, that is really complicated. At what point my calculator become hope chess? Wait, I'm trying to remember who you are, Ryan, honestly. I see the knight symbol. Are you the guy that you bought my book and you're the one that gives all those gifted subs, right? I think I didn't connect those dots in the beginning. Hope chess, I almost never play hope chess. I'll do it in some cases if I have like 10 seconds on the clock or something. And like at that point, you're just trying not to flag. Oh, are you talking about what, in the puzzles when I say I didn't calculate it? If I say something like that, it's because there's too much. It's because nothing else would remotely work. It's not even worth considering. It just has to work because it's almost like if you can. It's just so, I don't know. A lot of that is from experience, and sometimes you don't need to calculate. Excuse me. I'm going to get a cough drop. Are you still reading the book? Are you still reading the book? It's pretty thorough, right? I think it's more than just a quick start guide. I mean, I think for most people, that's probably the only book that they'll ever need, unless they really want to improve. How long have I been playing? 43 minutes, 27 seconds now. Okay, sorry. Let's try to get focused here. So this one is tricky. So if I take on c2, and what if he just moves the king? I'm promoting, right? So he has to stop me from promoting. What if he plays rook c3? That could be a big problem. Takes rook c3. I would then probably have to take on b3, check. And it is tricky there. This is a very tricky one. I don't know if he moves the king or if he sacks. What if he sacks one of the rooks? But then I've got Dvoretsky pawns here. And it's very close. And that's just one line here. Total years where it's complicated. So I played as a kid. And then I stopped playing for like 17 years or so. And then I got back into it as an adult about 6 or 7 years ago. Yeah, so you could say 6 or 7 years as an adult. Yeah, so rook c3, I think we're winning after c takes b3. And if he goes rook e1, again, this check looks very strong. If he blocks with the other rook, it gets very complicated. Takes. But again, I always have b2. And then I think I'm just in time to stop these two with my rook and my king. So I am going to take this way. The only other move that would make sense here is to take on b3 first. But then I think he can just take on d3. And that doesn't look good. So I think we have to take on c2, give the discovered check, And here, I think we need to take the rook. We're threatening to promote again. If he being the computer goes rook c3, then we cry. No, but I'm not sure what I'm doing there. Maybe I just go after this pawn here. Oh, this is still very tricky, but yeah. So I go after the e pawn, and if he pushes here though, oh god, this is actually really tricky here. It's still tricky, but I mean we have to take. Like, why would we not take? But it's still tricky. So we take. Yeah, and if he goes to c3, maybe I could go here. No, he's threatening mate. Yeah, so I go rook e8. These are so underrated, man. Okay, we go rook e8. And it's so complicated. I don't know. What if he goes f7? Boom, boom. I don't know if it's rook e8. Rook e8. Yeah, if he goes f7. It scares me because I go rook f8, then he's playing e6. Can my king then defend? King g7. Yeah, maybe. Then he takes. Okay. That's tight, though. I'll look at that with the engine after. I'm going to take here. It ends too early. This is such a hard puzzle. Yeah, so because you got to calculate everything here. I was thinking this. And then I was looking at, what was I looking at? I think I was looking at f7. Yeah, I was looking at this. And then bringing the king. Yeah, it's tough. Jay Washi said bishop c6. I think that worked too. There were multiple moves here. Excuse me. Yeah, bishop c6, and then like if he takes the pawn. Oh, we actually have this. Yeah, we have rook g2. And if he doesn't take the pawn, which I was scared about as well, well, we still have that. Oh, well, that's ooh. How did that work? Because I guess it's check, and then the king comes in. Yeah, but that's hard. I mean, and you got to look at a million lines there. This batch is really tough. Yeah, I mean that's rated at 1700. Okay, I'm going to downvote it just because of what it's rated at. Okay, we are black. I think we can just trade and push. This one's simple. This one's easy. Okay, I want to put his king here. So can I do that this way? No. Can I do that this way? Yes. But then how do I get this? Okay, so let's look at check. Right? He has two legal moves. I don't think he wants to go to the back rank. Is this going to be mate? I think so. Check. Check. That's mate, right? So he has... Yeah, so that's there we go. That's the solution. So we sack the queen now, and then it's mate in 2. Okay, we are white. We have a discovered check. And one of my favorite motifs is a double check. So check. And then this is forced, and then mate. This is why I love this motif. And then it's just... Oh, is it mate here? And then mate? Mate in 2? No, it's mate in 1. Yeah, that's why that's one of my favorite motifs. It's so freaking easy to calculate. Hello, Nebula. Did I already say that? Okay, so why would we not take the queen? That's question number 1. So I will. He has to recapture. and we have to go to f7. And what is wrong with that? We are up a queen for a rook. If he gives me a check, it looks scary, but okay, so we go to e6. He takes the rook, but then I take his rook. I don't know. We are taking that. This is all forced. Yeah, and then I was... Okay, so he gives us a check here. I could block with the knight and give him that for free. I actually almost wonder if... no, okay. Yeah, let's do the actual normal thing. So let's go to g6. And if he gives us a check, big whoop. We have king h7. He has another check. We can block it. We're all fine and dandy here. Yeah, so we want to go here so that we can go to... Wait, sorry. No, we want to go here so we can defend the rook. After the check, we just block it a million different ways, and we should be good there. I don't see other issues that there would be. So, yeah. Okay. Here we have, this rook is trapped. So I think I take, and then king g5 wins the rook. So we do that. And 37. Do I have a check here? I think I do. Right? If the king here, that's mate. If he goes here, that's mate. So he has to take, and then it's check, and that's mate. So check, and check. Okay, 38. We are black. This is interesting. If rook takes, I take his queen. But I guess he could just take it with the pawn. But then this is interesting too. Okay. I'm still kind of curious about this though, for some reason. Yeah, 41. Can you see it? It's right there. Are you blind? No, see, it's pink now. 41. This is like my third day doing 41. Yeah, we've upgraded to 41 from 40. I could also threaten mate, possibly winning the exchange. He actually doesn't have any good checks. So that is interesting, right? Because what does white do about this? Right? He has to give up the rook for the knight, I feel. Pink. The dress is blue. No, that's pink. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, boys and girls. That's pink. Use a like a hex color picker. That is pink, 100%. That's hot pink. Write in the chat what color you think that is. Is it purple or pink? Okay, so check. So that's not even check. Let me focus here. You guys are distracting me here. Okay, so he has no checks. I don't think there's any sacrifices that would make sense. This actually wins the knight, believe it or not. So that's actually worth considering. This check here, takes, check. This actually wins the knight. But he can never really take it. Because then I am threatening mate there, right? So I don't think he can sack it. And the only other move I can see, I mean, maybe he makes a run for it and just gives me that, right? But then check. Does he actually survive that? Maybe he can survive that. You know, he makes a run for it. Check. He goes to E1. Yeah, we give a check here. I think he might even be able to survive that. We go to check here. King C1. He might be able to survive that, which is ridiculous. So maybe I do have to attack this somehow. But that's the other problem I have here, is that he can also give me a check, which I'm unsure about. It's definitely hot. There are 4 lights. There are 4 lights, sir. Okay. Still a little sick here. Enjoy while I blow my nose. It's his top of the tier entertainment. Okay, let me focus again. So Queen A8 is interesting, but I actually think that he can run after, like, if you know, after King F2. I think he can run, which is pretty astonishing. I mean, I can give a check here and then a check here, and I can gobble up these pawns, but I don't. That's not really much of a plan. So I do think I want to do something against these 2 pieces. And the very first move I came up with was this knight e4, but I'm unsure about that. Because for one thing, there's this check on d5, and then I think he's fine, right? Then he can just win the knight. So that could be an issue right there. If I go knight d7, if I go knight d7, maybe that works. So he moves the queen to a3. Oh, this one's really affecting me. Okay, I'm not going to talk. I'm just going to think. I don't know. The more I look at it, it might have to be this, but the continuation just... The thing is, there's only 2 moves that white can do here. The rook g7 almost works, but doesn't quite work. And if he blocks with the rook on e4, I didn't calculate this all out, but I think I can take, right? Because he probably needs to recapture, and then after I give a check, I mean, there's only so many checks he can give. In fact, he actually doesn't even have a check there, unless he wants to force a queen trade, but he has a lot of pawns. Yeah, even that is tight. But it'll be a bishop and 4 pawns against 7 pawns. So, ooh, even that is tight. And that's just one line. And then the move that really annoys me is that I think he can just run here with king f2. Although I didn't see this check. I didn't see knight g4. Okay, that gives us something. So knight g4, he has to go to either e2 or e1. And that might be just enough for us. Check. I think that's the key. We have knight g4. So I'm going to do it, guys. Otherwise, we're in a knight for a crap load more puzzles here. I'm going to look at this with the engine after. So I'm going here. Okay. Oh boy, that was tight. And then, yeah, then we take, but it's still extremely tight. That's what she said. But I think we need to take it. But that's still really Yeah, that was very tough. Okay, so first of all, if we continue here, I was looking at this because even this is still tough. This is what I was looking at because white has a crap load of pawns here. I think we have just enough to win, but it's not an automatic. Like you have to consider things still. Like for example, if white's king was a little bit closer, let's say it was here, and he had like his pawns were like this or something, that's getting really close. So even this to assess as a win was not so simple. And then I was looking at this rook g7 because I was looking at this where he gets my knight, but then we are threatening mate here, right? And then I was looking at him escaping. Now, I guess queen g2 does win. I actually thought this was the way out, and it wasn't. So it's actually this check, but I thought he survives here. Wow, you have to find bishop g4. Ooh, God, that's not simple because, yeah, you would think that white would have some way to attack here still. So you have to find the slow bishop g4 move. Wow. And even here, there's queen h1, which is even, yeah, just as good. But, wow, so you have to find that slow. Yeah, that's a tough one. Okay, moving on. I have to refresh. Okay, 39. Wasn't I just at 39? Maybe not. Okay, nearing the end. Yeah, that bishop g4, that's, yeah. You don't think to look at a slow move there. Okay, his queen looks trappable. I think we sack and then boom. Sack and boom, and we win the queen. We reverse engineered that. Boom, boom, boom. Goodbye, queen. Goodbye, moon. And that should be good. Yes, he can take here, but we have a bishop and a queen for 2 rooks. If he plays something else, that's definitely pink. I have the PSD, man. I have the PSD of this PNG file. That is pink. Couldn't be more pink. Okay, yeah, but we're just taking here. What if he takes our rook? Then we circle back. Yeah, so I think it's that simple. And we take last one. Okay, so what's going on here? We're down a pawn. I think we can take here. He can't recapture because we want to take his knight. So the only thing we have to worry about is him taking on c6. But then I think we have a Zwischenzug, and we're up a piece there because it's a check. He can do what he wants. And then, what's that song from the 80s? I got to look it up in another window. I'm looking it up. Oh, what's that song from the 80s? Oh, Men Without Hats? Is that it? Yeah, okay. Okay. Yeah. I can say, okay, I was going to say, like, he can do what he wants to. He can leave his friends behind because your friends don't dance. And if they don't dance, well, they're no friends of mine. Okay, I was trying to make some joke on that. But, okay, sorry. Let me get back here. So, what was I saying? Yeah, I think we take on c3. And the only thing we have to worry about is I'm taking on 6. But then we have the Zwischenzug. And we're just up a piece there. So we shall do it. Check, take. And we're done. Wait, are we done or do I have to finish this? We're done, right? Because I'm at 41? How did that work? What's the sum of 41? No, I'm trying to remember. Do I end when I hit 41? Yeah, that's what it says right up there, until I hit 41. So I think I stop here. I think so. Yeah. So I'm going to get one wrong on purpose now. Okay. That's been finished. Took way longer than I wanted. An hour and 5 minutes. So I'm going to play a game now, because that has been completed. Brutal. But the homework is done. Now we get the dessert. 2101. Oh God, my rating's so low. Don't make it more confusing than it has to be. What do you mean? Okay, we have a Smith War. Let me focus, guys. We gotta be serious now. So we have a Smith Mora, which I do pretty well against, and because I have some home cooked lines against it. So this is all my prep. Typically, most people play bishop e2, which is probably best. But white can also ignore it by just continuing on, you know, a3 even. But I think best is bishop c2, which again, like 90% of people play. Oh, right. I already forgot. So he does go back, and this is all. So I think queen e2 is best here. There's also bishop f4, and then I'll have to. There's a special move. I think I play against that. Maybe not special. I think I played bishop c5 against it. Oh God. Okay, so I have to think here, because there's a little bit of finesse we have to do, because there's one line that's a little dangerous here, and it might be knight d5. The one difference in this position is that there's a line. No, I think it's when the bishop is still here, maybe. But there's a line where we have to worry about this configuration. It might even be if I go rook c8, which is my normal move. Yes, so if I go this, there might be knight d5. Or there's something special about this move that I have to remember. Rook c8. But I think it's when the bishop is here. Yeah, so if knight d5. No, I think we're okay there. I think we're still okay. Or are we? Oh, God. Yeah, takes. Okay, well, I can't spend forever remembering. Yeah, but I do. There is a little bit of care with the bishop on f4. There is some care required about this square, c7, because white, in some cases, there's a line. Now, the worst case scenario is like equal, but I don't want it to be equal. I want to have the advantage. So he's thinking 100%. He's thinking about this, but he wants to put pressure here first. Okay. So this is a threat, right? And as is knight d5. So if I go bishop c5 and then knight d5, I think I'm ready to take it, because I have king f8. And I think we're okay there. If a3, because normally we have queen c7, but here we don't. I mean, technically I could go knight c4, but I don't really like that. Maybe this is not the best time to play bishop c5. Okay, so what about knight f6, bishop g5? We have bishop e7. If e5, which is always a pain. Okay. I'm going to play this. Yeah. I'll look at this after. Because I'm not sure about a couple things there. I'm... Okay, so there's 3 moves that white can play here. There's rook fd1, which is what he played. And now, what do? We have bishop c5, we have bishop e7. e5 is a follow-up move. There's also knight d5 again. But I don't know if it's so good here. Bishop e7 could run into issues where if I take, he can take here. Is that a problem? Can I just go bishop e7? Knight d5 takes castles, right? We're okay there? d6? Yeah, there's d6, right? Oh, God. Okay, bishop e7, knight d5 takes. I might have d6 there. Yeah, because if I castle, he has d6 himself. So, I don't love that. What if I go bishop c5 and then now it's different because I can go king f8. So maybe bishop c5, but then there's a3, which I don't love. But yeah, maybe here. And then if e5... I can just go here, I think. Okay, let's go bishop c5. It frees up f8 for my king. So I don't have to worry about this stuff. If he ever goes knight d5, I can just take with the pawn. Right? Check king f8. But we have to worry about a3 and possibly e5. These are the 2 moves now that we have to worry about. Why did I just repeat myself in 2 different ways? So e5. Let's look at that first. I have knight d5, then we have to worry about bishop g5, then maybe the bishop comes back. Okay, so he comes back. This is the threat. I could go h6, and I might do that, h6, g5. It's not pretty. It's not pretty, period. But sometimes things aren't so pretty. And so we are going to do this. And yes, we will play g5. And it's going to be ugly and uncomfortable, but it has to be done. Sometimes ugly things have to be done. So that's the thing about this opening. And white's playing it pretty well. White gambits a pawn. Oh, I don't think he should have taken. Okay, so how do we recapture? With the queen? Then he gets this tempo move on me. But I keep my pawn structure intact. Are there any other downsides? Well, yeah, he wants this, right? This is playable, but I think I want to take with the queen. And then after e5, yeah, I don't know. We'll move the queen here. Then he comes in here, not there. Then he comes in here. Okay, I am going to take with... that's a tough one, though, honestly. That is tough. Okay, I'll take with the queen with great hesitation. Great hesitation. And then he pushes here. Actually, do I have this? Swish and Zug. I think I do, right? He takes on f6, I take here. Wait. Can I do that? Okay, I'm going to do that. Check. Okay, that's pretty good. I might have to go to e7. Okay. Then I'm assuming queen f3. And then castles is still dangerous because he can do stuff like this. And I have to play G6, which is not awesome. Or actually, does he have... Can he win a pawn here? He can win a pawn. Oh, God. Wow, he's playing very accurately. Marshall. Okay, we do this. He might have this here next. Knight c4 comes in here. I don't know. I'll castle then. If he comes in here, I'll castle. He can have his pawn. He can... So you can see why I couldn't castle, right? Because he had queen d3 and then he had this double attack. Okay, so and again, if he goes to b7, I'm going to castle. He can take a pawn, and it's a game. So he's considering that. If b3, I guess I'm taking on e5. If he defends e5, I'm taking on b2, right? So he might actually want to go for this line. This might be the best move for him here. I think both sides have played very well. So at the first half of this game, you should see the eval graph be pretty flatlined. I should have a small edge in the beginning. Well, I should actually have a small edge the whole way, but it should be pretty flat because I don't think either side missed much here. But I'm only have 2.5 minutes left, so I'm probably going to flag. Now, that's just the nature of the beast with this opening. I know I'm slow to begin with, but this is... Black has to defend. That's what this opening is all about. Black defends, 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 defends. And if black can keep defending properly, black's up a pawn. That's how you describe this opening. This is Miss Mora. We'll take another cough drop here. So if black slips up in the defending, white is better. Otherwise, black is better. Okay, so he's hitting g7. I think I'm actually going to castle now. I could win a pawn, but then so can he. So let's do this. Hopefully there's nothing... I mean, I guess he's coming here next 100% to keep attacking. And I might be dead there, actually. Knight e4. What's he thinking about? So we have to go king h8, I think. Yeah, we have to go king h8. And then... okay, then he might go b3. He's playing very well. Okay, so b3. I mean, it makes sense to me. And I don't have a good square for my knight. Knight a3? No, that sucks. I guess I have to go to b6. Hang on a second. Oh, I can almost... There's almost sacks on f2. Wait, does it work? No. It almost works. There's some tactic where I could take and then take here because there's bishops hanging. Yeah, it almost works. No, he attacks my knight. Interesting. I can take on b2. I can't come back nicely. The pressure here. Let's just come back here. Oh, then he gets this. Okay, whatever. We have to move. A minute 53. I don't think this is the best move he could have played, but that's fine with me. This is a very tense game. This is never... the Smith Mora is never an opening. Like, you can't relax the whole game. You can never relax. Okay. Actually wondering about f5 takes and then take with the pawn. Very double-edged. I'm going to do it. This could be a big blunder, but it's interesting. And I'll pre-move the recapture. It's very interesting. A minute 27. Not good. I think I want to take that. That knight is too annoying. Okay. And do we want to push this? Okay, you might come in here. I'll offer a trade. Oh shit, my knight's hanging. Oh, okay. I didn't even see that. Fortunately I'm hitting his queen, but I didn't see that he was attacking my knight. I just did not see that at all. Okay, I only have a minute now too. It's not good. Okay, at least I saved him the knight. Yeah, so let's go here. Okay, we'll do it this way. Is this a threat? Kind of. Yeah, obviously I don't like that, so we should go here. 15. I can actually take on h5. This is scary too. Can he even just take here to begin with? I don't know. Probably not. Maybe. I guess he could, but that's got to be a little bit better for me. Would I take here? Maybe I just take the rook. Okay. Can I take here? Almost. Back rank stuff. Okay, let's take once. And then take here. He's got this. He's got that. I think I want to defend that. Okay. We give him his pawn. We give him a pawn. A gift. Now I'm neutered here. Can't move. Maybe here. But I'm a little bit neutered. Then he just goes king g2. He's got lots of time. Try to, maybe I can give him a check. He's fine though. He's fine after this. Really? Really? Okay. This is a losing pawn endgame for me. Which he wants to get into. Okay. Check. Move the king up. Actually, I could do it this way. This forces queens. Okay. Get the king active. Sexually active king. He wants that. I'm actually... Okay, let's grab this one. We go here. 22 seconds. Active. Okay, push this. Push him, baby. Push him, baby, and push him, baby. Push him, baby. Push him, baby. Push him, baby. Here. No action. No action for you. Push him, baby. Push him, baby. But we got no time. Push. Oh, shit. I'm so stupid. Oh, no. I guess we can go here. Okay. Push him, baby. 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 13 seconds. Push him, baby. Push him, baby. Push him, baby. 10 seconds. Boom. Take. Take. Push him, baby. Push him, baby. Push him, baby. Push him, baby. Whoops. Woohoo! Oh, that was stressful from beginning to end. The Smith Mora is stressful. Oh, God. Seriously, every time I play it, it's a stress fest. Never. You can never relax. I just knocked over my garbage full of Kleenex. Oh my God, gross. Okay, so he really screwed up that ending. Because he had way more time than I did. He didn't respect my pass pawn. Oh, bending over was not good for my ears. Okay, let's look at that game. That felt like forever. Felt like a 10-hour game there. Okay, so we had the Smith Mora. This was all normal. Now, I was trying to remember something special about Bishop F4. Oh yeah, are you still sick, Nebula? But it actually, maybe I'm thinking of when the queen is on E2 and or the rook is on D1 and then Bishop F4. Then maybe that's when there's stuff here I have to worry about. But yeah, there's some lines where you have to worry about C7 when the bishop's on F4. And that's why I burned a lot of time here. The knight F6 I wasn't 100% sure about. I was still thinking about bishop C5. Eventually I play it. And then I don't think he should have taken. You know, I think he has to keep the pressure on. Bishop H4. I'll play G5 and then bishop G3. I think he had to play for this. Because this starts to make my life easier. And then I found this little Zwischenzug of bishop F3, simplifying matters more. And as I say, as black, all you have to do, well, not all you have to do, but you just defend. So each trade that is happening makes my job easier and easier because I'm just up a pawn, right? Like I'm always up a pawn. So yeah, each trade just puts less pressure on me. I castled into this. And yeah, king h8. And then I played the very scary f5 move. Now, normally, I might not even consider this, but I know that f5 is often a move you can play in the Smith-Morra setup. He went here. Again, he simplified. I don't think he should be simplifying. But then again, he doesn't really have anywhere good to go to. And I'm lucky that I didn't even see that he was hitting my knight. I was just trying to be more aggressive here, but I didn't even see. So I was lucky that he didn't have some other move that could have allowed him to still take my knight. Then he went for this simplification. This is, I mean, I am up a pawn, and I was very low on the clock here. Didn't really know what was going on. Decided to defend because I didn't want to give him action. And so now it's equal material again because he just ate a pawn. And it's probably an equal position. Possibly white is better. Possibly. But I think it's equal. And then he really wanted to trade here, but this is a bad ending for him. My pawns are better than his. I mean, this is weak, but these pawns are very weak. So I don't think he should have went into this endgame. Yes, again, this is weak, but look at this is too weak, and my king is way more active than his king. So this is probably winning for black here. And yes, he's got to pass a pawn, but I have a passed D pawn, and my king is active, and I have a rook behind my pawn. So we just pushed them, and then I had this H pawn. If I didn't have the H pawn, it would be very close because I would push this one, and that would be very close. I'm not sure. It might be equal, but I did have the H pawn, and then yeah, easy. So let's look at that with the engine. Somebody ran it already. Okay, I'm a little bit surprised because I didn't really think he was. Okay, I didn't think I was this winning earlier on. I didn't think I was this winning. I thought it was like -1.5, maybe -1. So, So let's take a look at that here. But I told you, like my my win rate against the Smiths Morris is pretty good. I'll show you here. So once they play C3, look at that. Can you guys see that here? I win 54. It's a large sample size too. 72 games. That's look at that. I've only lost 33% of my games. So I only lose a third of my games in the Smiths Mora. That's why I said I usually do pretty well against it. And then so he played bishop F4. And give me a second here. And I will show that in CPT. Well, will I? Give me a second. I'm going to update CPT here. Yeah, I'll show it. So, full screen share. Okay, so if we do that, okay, we had this. Wait, did he play bishop? He played it here, right? Yeah, so rook c8. Then he played here. Yeah. So yeah, there must have been another. So maybe the other line I was thinking of is it here? No. Is it here? No. Yeah, there's some line where they play bishop f4. Maybe, I think it's when the bishop is still here and then they play bishop f4. Nope. Or is it? Or is it then when they go here? I can't remember. There's some line though. Okay, so moving on. No, wait, sorry. He played bishop f4. Okay, so what did he do here? Okay, he played rook fd1. Okay, so in the game I played bishop c5. But yeah, here knight f6 was good. And I played bishop c5, which is good. So with bishop e7. I'm going to update that with 17.1 now. I think. Because I'm crazy. I'm a crazy person. Actually, I'm going to run it with 5 lines as well. Yeah, but bishop e7 was good. Bishop c5. Everything is good here, apparently. So it's... Okay, sorry. So let's get back to the game. I'm too interested in openings. Yeah, everything is good there. So this was all good, and h6 was good. Yeah, so I thought this was best, and it was best. Bishop h4. He should have played this. I was going to play g5, and then I guess knight h5 is best here. Second best is queen b6. h5 is also apparently a move. That's kind of interesting. You sacrifice a pawn, and then there's different things you can do here, but this is the most direct. Bishop f4. There's some crazy thing here. I wouldn't. That's too scary for me. So knight h5, and then what? Are we planning to take it? I guess. And so we can just simplify here. Yeah, e5. No, yeah, we could take it, or you can play g4. But yeah, this gets just crazy sharp. Maybe not sharp, but complicated. They're not exactly the same thing. Yeah, so you could then play g4 and then queen g5. Yeah, but these lines are really complicated. I think simplest is to just, whoops, after e5, just to take. But yeah, I'll look at that more on my own. That's pretty crazy though. But yeah, he took, and that made, yeah, that was a big mistake on his end. And here we are just completely winning, -3. I castled. That was a blunder. We are still better here. Hello, programming archives. But it wants me to go queen g5. Is that the only move? There's also knight takes b2. I'm never playing knight takes b2 there. I mean, that's needlessly complicated. Needlessly complicated. No. So queen g5 is what I should have strongly considered. I'm surprised this is -3.5 though, honestly. I have a hard time believing that. It's almost -4. I have a great, yeah, really, I mean, we're only up a pawn. So that's extremely surprising to me. I guess, but we are threatening to win another pawn. That's why. Okay. And he can't stop both of them. Okay. So queen g5 would have been better. And, but then I'm completely winning here. Where was it? Here again. So it wants me to take on b2. And I don't know. I mean, I only had 2 minutes here, but this just looked scary to me. But I guess I could have gotten away with it. I just come back. Or defend it. But yeah, that looked scary. You know, looked scary. So it wanted me to take on b2, but I didn't. And then this is equal now. And here I missed something. So f3 was the best move. But then I blundered here. I took on d4. I mean, I only had 59 seconds. So it wants me to either take on g2 first or to give a check and then take on g2. I don't know. Really? I guess it makes sense because otherwise we're just giving a pawn back, right? Which is what happened. So it wanted to grab another pawn. Okay. But I had less than a minute there. I'm going to play another one. God, that game and analyzing it, that was like 45 minutes right there. Ooh, let's lean back. Okay, 1970 opponent, new account. So if we lose this, I'll be suspicious. Because it's a new count. And he's only 1,700 blitz. We got a Carol Khan, boys and girls. Which I also tend to do pretty well against. I'm not sure what my win rate against it is, but I think it's decent. We have the classical Carol Khan, which is not the most boring. The most boring is the Tartakower. This is the second most boring. And he took a little while on h6, which is a little weird. Okay, so here, the most optimal move is to go knight e5. This is why you go black should go knight d7 first to stop knight e5. Because we get the knight here for free. We don't have to play h5. So it's just a tiny optimization there. Why do I have sharp metals? Yeah, there is an actual story behind that, but let me think here first. I'm trying to remember if we put something on f4, like f4, bishop f4, or if I instigate this trade. Yeah, I think we go bishop d3. It also sets up a trap. Queen d4, we have knight f7. So we go bishop d3. We take... Okay. Now, do we have knight g6? I think we do. Knight g6 and rook g. Black's actually fine here, but it's a fun line. So rook g8, and I think I just develop. Maybe I even castle there. Now, queenside castling would make the most. I mean, queenside castling looks better at first glance, and maybe it is. But then it's slower, right? I have to move the bishop. If I castle kingside, I can play rook e1 quicker. But then my h-pawn creates some weaknesses for my king. That's the downside. So the reason behind these nails, it's the only thing I could find that's the correct size and density and weight. It's basically, it's a counterweight. Otherwise, this flings up. I need a counterweight to this. And it's the only thing that's heavy enough in this size. Okay. I know, it's very random, though. It's a bunch of nails zip tied together with tape, with electrical tape. Okay. So, yeah. So I think I'm going to castle here. Kingside. Just to activate my pieces quicker. And now he is threatening to take. But I still wonder how much of a problem that is. Yeah, probably I should bring the knight back now. I could take the bishop. Do I want the bishop? Not really, but I'll take it. And because I like the knight. I like Mr. Knight. But the knight is gone. I just hiccups here. So he's got 3 ways to take. Knight f8 looks to be good. Yeah, so he goes with that. I think we can go rook e1. We could play c3. C3, c5, check. Let's go rook e1. Oh god, this pawn is annoying because he can move the knight somewhere, and then I can't defend it easily. And then he can do things to me. Okay, whatever. I'm going rook e1. The other move I was thinking of was knight e4, which might be better. I don't know. He doesn't even care about h4. So I think now knight e4. Okay, but then did he want to castle queen? He wants to castle queenside. Maybe I should have played bishop f4 last move, honestly. Yeah, to stop this. Damn it. Okay. I could support it. This prevents him from... Oh, no, it doesn't prevent him. Damn. I should have played this. Okay. It puts a rook there. c3, c5. I still have this. A4. A4. I mean... A4. In here, C3. Okay, let's go A4. Let's just go A4. Let's not spend too much time. Shit. This is going bad. Okay, so he castles. So just keep pushing. Push him, baby. And then push. Yeah, it's a little slow. Now c5 is a problem. Maybe I have to go bishop e3. What's going on? Why is this all failing? Yeah, this is a threat too. Why is this all failing? Okay, maybe queen f. No, I can't. I gotta protect this pawn. Okay, I got quiet. I got my window open. I gotta be a little bit quieter. I'm probably disturbing the neighbors. Okay, I'm panicking for no reason. So b4, that stops c5. Okay, I like that. Now there's e5. I don't like that. Can I then just play c3? Okay, let's do this. b4. So e5. I just needed a minute to collect my thoughts there. Okay, he brings in... I don't care about this pawn. Irrelevant. But maybe I should push anyways. He comes in here. Bing. Bang. Oh, sorry, no, you can't do that, right? He can go here, though. And then he comes in here. So maybe I should just let him have that. Because it's irrelevant. So we push. That's more relevant. But then he pushes. And then we cry. And we call him a cheater. 1970. I told you this new account. Okay. Sorry. See. Okay. I always have trouble against new accounts, man. Okay. Let's drive. We'll let him get to d5. At least he'll be defending. Yeah. So here I was planning to actually take, because my bishop's not really doing anything. So let's take. And then he's on e4. I could attack the queen. I could maybe come here. He's just taking on h4. Okay, so I could defend. Could I push? I think we have to defend like a stupid coward. Okay, and then I'm scared of him opening up the G file. This went wrong. This game went wrong. I normally don't have such problems in the Carol Khan. Like, I never get attacked in the Carol Khan. At least not the classical line. I never get attacked. Never. So how am I getting attacked here? I don't know what went wrong. Okay. Wow. Issues. Crack open the king. You can push again. Oh my god. I don't know. I got to play a move though. So he plays here. I don't know. He's playing very well, this guy. 1700 blitz. New account. Okay. C5. And then, of course, he'll think about it before he plays it. I don't know, man. I don't know. Okay, this guy's very good. So, am I screwed here? I've never been attacked like this in in this opening. Okay, can I go here? I'm gonna lose this pawn. But let's offer a queen trade. Let's try to go to an end game. Maybe I can do something there. How do I want to take? If I take this way, yeah, take this way, and then. Thank you, Nebula. Okay, so can I push? It's got this. Can I go here and then here? He can always go back. But yeah, push. Okay, let's do that, and then knight e4. Okay. He just dropped his knight. He forgot about it. Easy mistake to make. Okay. Well, I could simplify. Let's do that. But then he can push. I think I can. Okay, let's do that though. I like that. If he pushes, we have knight f4, or maybe a blockade first. I'm not sure. I think I'm going to go here first. If he pushes, then we go rook e2. And okay, so he goes to g5 now. No, he goes there. So he's threatening a fork. He played very well. I've never been attacked. I don't think I've ever been attacked like that in the classical Caro-Kann. Ever in my life. Honestly. I'm not even joking. I'm not exaggerating. Because black doesn't really have any attack. It's the Caro-Kann is, yeah, he resigns. Okay, so what went wrong? What went wrong? I mean, maybe a4 is the wrong approach here. And I think, yeah, I think I shouldn't have allowed queen c7. Maybe I should have played bishop f4. But then there's knight g6. So that I couldn't have done that. Rook e1, maybe too slow. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't have castled kingside. Maybe I should have castled queenside here. Right? Bishop d2 or something. Bishop f4. Castle queenside. Maybe. Maybe that's what went wrong. Because I normally don't castle kingside. And yeah, maybe that's what went wrong. And then he just, yeah, he hung the knight. Had he not hung his knight, I was going to go knight e4. And then he has to move the rook again. I was going to take here. And I'm not sure. I think white might be slightly better, but I was very low on the clock, so it would have been close. Let's look at that with the engine. And yeah, that's kind of what it felt like, this graph. So this was all good. Yeah, this was best. Oh, I forgot about this knight c5 move. That's actually the best move for black here. I totally forgot about this. White, yeah, it's such a hard move to find though. Who's playing knight c5? I mean, it's just a hard move to consider. But that's actually the best move. Because of that, I can't. Knight g6 might not be the best move here. And if we look at the Lichess database, it's, yeah, the second most common move here is knight c5, but only 12% of games have have knight c5. I may have to stop the stream soon. I'm coughing a lot. But yeah, not an easy move. So 82% of games is rook g8. And castling is the best move. So yeah, I'll have to look at this again. And then, so a4, not the top move. It's fine. Queen a3. What is that about? Just to keep an eye on c5, I guess. Wow, that's a weird move. And we're hitting a7, so he can't castle. So what if he goes like queen b6? Then we have knight. Oh, wow, what a move. Queen a3. Wow, what a crazy move. Okay, so I went a4. I went b4. Yeah, I didn't really know what to do. This was fine enough. h5 was good. So taking, though, was an inaccuracy. I panicked there. I don't like the knight in my face. Computer just... What? So what does the computer want? It just wants to defend it? Or queen e3? What is this about? It wants to give up that pawn. That's weird. And then play d5. That's weird. No, I'm not doing that. Who's doing that? Yeah, I don't know. That's pretty crazy. The computer wants to just give that pawn up. And we are about equal. And it doesn't like queen e3. Yeah, it wants him to go rook g5. I didn't see that. I didn't see rook g5. Nice little, yeah, important move to see. So it doesn't work. Yeah, so I shouldn't have offered. Yeah, that's so easy to miss, man. Those moves are so easy to miss. Queen e3 doesn't work because there's a rook g5 after. So better would have been to just keep pushing pawns here. But it's not. This is hard to play for white. Yeah, so we're a little bit worse here. Had he played rook g5, but he didn't. And c4, the best move, it's the best move by far. And I was considering this, but then I didn't like rook g5. The difference here is we have e4 now for the knight. So after rook g5, we have knight e4. And yeah, white's a little better here. But unfortunately for him, he hung or hanged. No, he hung his knight. He didn't hang his knight. And yeah, it's easy from there. And it actually doesn't like my rook a d1 move. It's still winning, but it wants to go knight g3, which I would never play, or rook a3, which I would never play, or rook f1, which I would never play. I was only going to play a rook to d1, or I was going to take. So that's weird that this is not the best move. It's because of this, apparently. I mean, but we're still winning. I mean, yeah, I don't really care about that. My move is fine enough. Okay, guys, I am going to end it there because I am coughing more now. Still a little tiny bit sick. And I cough more the more I talk. So we're at the 2-hour mark. Did puzzle streak of 41. Took me a few attempts. Took me an hour. And for the games, I played just 2 games. Smith Mora. And then this, whatever this opening was. What was it? Kiro Khan. Okay. Going to end it there. Thanks for watching. Thanks for stopping by. I'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully I get more games in tomorrow. Puzzle streak took a long time today. Okay. See you tomorrow. Have a good night. See you next time.